Hey, Jake! Welcome back to the channel, and man, every time I see myself, I look like I'm just getting older by the second. Not flattering. I'm not going to look at myself. Anyway, today we're going to take a quick look at this new method of gardening. You're looking at a lady named Ruth Stout, I think born in 1884. And I'd never heard of her, but she wrote some books. She was really big into gardening, and she came up with I don't know if it's a new method, but it's sort of an unconventional method of gardening, the Ruth Stout system. They name it after her. She's also known as the mulch queen. I don't know if that's very flattering for a woman. I don't know. But she came up with a method, or maybe it's returning to a method that the article says we can sum this up as the law of least effort. Okay, I love the sound of least effort. That's exactly, right up my alley. That's what I'm looking for. And I mean, look at this. What kind of equipment do we need? None. Just your own two hands. Basically, what she did is she puts her seeds in the soil and then covers everything with hay. You know, a good 8, 10, 12 inches of hay. And it serves three purposes, right? Number one, it reduces the amount of watering that you have to do because it seals in all this moisture. Number two, it keeps weeds from growing, right? Everything is covered except for your plants. You want to, like when they start to spring up or sprout up, you want to give them a little bit of room. And number three, the hay actually causes a fertilization effect. Everything under that hay begins to decay and rot, and it makes the soil really rich. It's all those nutrients and stuff that happens when things are rotting in your garden. That's exactly what your garden wants. And so we decided to implement this method this year. I actually experimented a little bit last year with it, but it was so late in the season. So this year we're off to a running start, but the big problem that I have is I don't have any hay. Right, and I don't want to go out and buy any and have to deal with all that. I don't own a truck. And so we did the next best thing, in my opinion, and that was to get grass clippings. So I got my helper, and we went ahead and did a couple laps around the yard and grabbed a couple bags of grass clippings and then just started covering everything. And then we watered it very heavily, and we're expecting, that'll stay wet for a good while. So the soil will stay moist, and I'm very excited about doing it this way. And the only added expense really is just gasoline for the lawnmower, and of course the cost of gas these days is it's not what it used to be. It's pretty good. So we're very excited about this method. We'll try it out and see how it works, and we'll hopefully by the end of the season, I mean, what is it now? It's April. So by June, mid-June, we should have that first part of the season kind of winding up, and we'll see how we do. Now, if you get a chance, I'd certainly appreciate you going down below there and hitting that like button and subscribe and all that stuff. That would be great. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Stout had a new method for gardening, or maybe she brought back an old method, right? So instead of like digging in the soil and weeding and watering and plowing and hoeing, she basically just took her garden and covered it all with about 6 to 8 inches of hay. And that's it. That's all she would do. And this had a lot of benefits. It would keep the ground moist. How am I supposed to make a video about gardening when you're holding your trophies?